Hi VC, it's Kat. This is a video in response to Paige's contest for favorite decades. Of course I chose the 80s, but my twist on it is I'm going to do some of my records from the ladies from the 80s. So that's my twist. And this is just some of mine. I tried to pull out all of my 80s stuff and it was like way too much. So I'm just going to show some of the things that caught my eye first. So here we go. The first thing I have here is some of my metal or rock records. And the first one I have here is Lita Ford. There's the back. I also have another one of hers, Mercury label. We love Lita. Actually, I think what I'm going to do eventually here is I've been thinking about maybe doing like the Women of Rock video. So I have a few things that I want to add to my collection before I do something like that. So once I get those few components then to my collection, then I'll do the Women of Rock video. But my next artist here is Heart, one of my favorites, and I have showed these records before, but since they're 80s. And oh, let me tell you when this Lita Ford was. This is 1984. These Heart records, I have one that's an import and one that's not. And they were released. Let's see if I can see the date here. This is my one that is Japanese pressing, and it has a lyric sheet, Japanese. This was copyrighted in I know it was mid-80s, but I don't see copyright date on here, so sorry about that. That's Heart. And then my other Heart is this, Bad Animals. And this also was mid-80s, 87 to be exact. There's the sleeve, custom label. So I did some neon for my 80s video and did some crazy eyeshadow. Next thing I got here is Vixen. This is the first one. This got Edge of a Broken Heart on it, one of my favorite songs by them, and this was released in '88. Here's the back. And the sleeve. And I believe their bassist recently passed away, which is kind of sad. There's the back. Vixen. Great 80s band, female band. My next lady, a lot of people will know from probably the James Bond movie, A View to a Kill. And this is Grace Jones. And speaking of A View to a Kill, We all know that Duran Duran did the song for that movie. However, they're not a lady, so we can't show them. But here's Grace Jones. This was released in 85. This is a single, 12-inch single, to Slave to the Rhythm. My next lady here is Cyndi Lauper, released in 1983. And this has got great songs on it like She Bop and Girls Just Wanna Have Fun and When You Were Mine and Time After Time. It's got a lot of singles off of here. Butchered Records. Next we have Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine. This has got one of my favorite songs on it. I think. Or maybe not. So, anyway, this was in 1985. And there's Epic Level. Oh yeah, it does. Words Get in the Way. It's one of my favorite songs. It's great. That's a great song. Next we have Belinda Carlisle, the ex-front for the Go-Go's, another great girl band from the 80s. And this was released in 87. And this has got Heaven is a Place on Earth, which is a great song. One of the songs that I like the best off of here. I love the front cover of this. Such a great photograph of her sleeve. Label, NCA Records. Next we have Stevie Nicks. This was released in... Well, let me see if I can put my glasses on, if that'll help me see when it was released. This has got some great stuff on it. It's got Rooms on Fire, A Long Way to Go, Two Kinds of Love, some good songs. 1989. This picture I absolutely love. And the one that's on the sleeve in here is a great one too. This one. And that's the sleeve. And the label. Next I have Sade. We all know her. This one has Smooth Operator on it. Back is kind of plain. This is Diamond Life. Portrait Records. And this is just a 12-inch single to Hang On to Your Love. That's a great photograph of her if that sticker wasn't there, but there's the back cover. It looks the same. Another great artist. The next person I have here, the next lady, is someone I know when you say 80s you automatically think of. So it's Madonna, and this is Like a Virgin. Here's the back. And we all know what songs are on here. And this was released in, I want to say around 84. It was 84. And then this one is her first one, which happens to be one of my favorites of her. And this got Lucky Star on it, and Borderline, which are some of my favorite songs by her. There's the back cover, which I love this picture. There's the sleeve. Same label. And there's a little damage to the cover here, but not so bad that it messes with anything. The record's in really good condition. And this was released in 1982. Next artist I have here is Benatar. This was released in 83. And this Benatar has Fire and Ice and Hit Me With Your Best Shot, which are some of her more familiar songs. Sleeve is great, got great pictures on it. There's the label. And this one is 7 The Hard Way. This was released in the late 80s. This has got Sex as a Weapon on it, which they used to play that on MTV all the time. There's the sleeve. This is a great picture of her. And then the next female that I'm going to show is actually a front for a band. The whole band isn't female, but the front is, so it's Roxette. And this is just a 12-inch single of The Look. Here's the record. I love that song. Back is really kind of cool. Obviously somebody else loved it too. See the heart? And this was released in, I want to say 83. The next female I have here is Apollonia 6. This was released in 84 or 85. This is a Prince Prodigy, Warner Brothers label. The lyrics are on this side, and great picture on this side. And then I have a couple of soundtracks to show. This one is an 80s movie called Two of a Kind. It's a gatefold, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. Olivia Newton-John has songs on here, Twist of Fate and Take a Chance, which is a duet with John Travolta, and Shaking You. And here's the back. Wasn't one of their most famous movies, but I think after their chemistry with Grease, they thought, well, we can do it again. It's kind of a cheesy movie, but it's, for an 80s movie, okay, I guess. And then last but not least, I have a great 80s movie, and that is Flashdance. And the most famous song off of here, well, there's a lot of good songs off of here. This was released in 1983, and everybody from who knows Irene Cara knows that she did the cover song for this soundtrack, which is What a Feeling. Flashdance, What a Feeling. There's the back. And the label is Casablanca. So that's all I got for you. Got any comments? Comment below. Thank you, Paige, for putting up the contest. Congratulations on all your subscribers. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to me. And I'll see you next time.